Shalom, Israel, shalom. I got the TV. I got it on mute because hearing what they saying right now is kind of like redundant. But I just want to keep I just want the visual of everybody's plight. On Donald Trump and how what's their opinion about it. How everything is pretty much pro-black and stuff like that. And I was kind of meditating on this before I did this. And what I come to the realization is that prophecy is not only kicking off at full steam ahead, but the mind of Yahweh is a wonderful thing, because how he's got it is you don't you don't know it until it pops up. Like Jack in the Box, till it pops up. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, this is good and evil, and the minds of the people right now are totally lost sheep. I have a few precepts I want to go through. You understand what I'm saying? Um, Pertaining, Yahweh and his strategic chess playing through Jacob's trouble. I want to start with Job 2:1. Again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. So we know right now there's counsel in the heavens of what's going on here, things that need to be done. We know that it's a demonic presence on this place, on this earth, as you can very well see by the visual. Because I just want Israel to be captured by the visual. The Lord said, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." He said, "My children are sottish. My people are sottish people. They do not know me." And you could see in the visual that they don't. They think violence or to ask the enemy for help is going to help the cause when it never has. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's protesting, but there's always been a protest. As long as we can remember, and it's never done anything but cause harm to Israel. And Israel be ignored. Just throw them a bone. You know, and what I have noticed is that everything that the enemy Esau Edom has done is kind of pretty much backfired in his face, as far as the pandemic didn't go accordingly. And with ultimately they trying to have implement martial law, the sword of Esau. But let's continue, and to fit, the sword of Esau, which is martial law, but it's to for a different purpose. It's to continue the agenda. And right here, this right here will do it, because any way it goes, you have to enforce. You have to either, whether it was the pandemic, to enforce martial law in their agenda, or you know this marching and protesting where they had to enforce something. You know, and look at all these people, man. There's so many people out here who don't have a clue. That's from state to state. That's millions of people. New York, California, Houston. Chicago. You know, California. If I didn't say that already, it's everywhere, man. The major states. Let's continue. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So we know the Lord is a continuous judgment. He's a continuous creation, and he's a continuous movement. Him and his left and right hand. This is something that's transpiring right now as we speak. The Lord conducting Shaitan to put spirits on this planet. To create reprobate spirits, reprobate minds. These people have no clue of what's going on. You know, Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? So that's a question. So the trumpet being the prophets of Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai constantly speaking on prophecy and constantly speaking on things to come, which this is right here. Sedition among men and Jacob's trouble. You understand what I'm saying? And no one's afraid. No one's afraid of Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord hath not done it? So the evil that is taking place, in the city, literally and spiritually, because we are a people before we're a place, you know what I'm saying? But we are a city of Jerusalem and the cities of all these different places. You know, you have you have Salakia. Give me a moment. Yeah, like I was Salakia, like I was mentioning that all the cities. You got Houston, you got California, you got Chicago, you got New York, you got these different cities where right now it's uproars of the people, it's sedition among men, it's pandemonium. You understand what I'm saying? So, those are, and have each of those cities have men of the Lord there that's going to speak prophecy and able to tell people that what is to befall this place, and no one it's fallen on deaf ears, the deaf adder. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing but revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. You know what I am? I mean, you know what I mean? So the prophets know, the teachers, and then they teach, they feed the sheep, and then and they become, they become quickened and begin to teach, and it's a cycle, but not everybody is going to get this, which is, it's almost sad, but but that's the will of the Father. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So as for the case of this brother right here, George Floyd, that was judgment from Yahweh, whether people here forbear, whether they like it or not. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how it was, because a lot of people saying it was a psyop, a psychological warfare, for the people to get in an uproar. It could be many things. It could have been, wrong place, wrong time. Sometimes the Lord uses divine intervention to meet you up for certain situations. But things happen. So I'm just gonna keep narrating this thing, and it's a sad thing, So let's go to Psalms 20 and 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the power of Jacob defend thee. So Yahweh defend us in this day of trouble, which is now Jacob's trouble. Don't go into this place. Don't go to these protests, because you see what's happening. Don't go into a place of public and look for anything, to change anything. Just do your normal routine. You know what I'm saying? Because you going to them, more than likely they're gonna try to come to you. So you can't escape trouble. And this is Jacob's trouble, might I add. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and I will burst thy bonds, and thy strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. You understand what I'm saying? So what we're trying to do, and what we have done, is break the bonds from around our neck, and we become free and doing the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, being away from the troubles. And it's really that, and it's like that. It's that simple where, you use wisdom and you become circumspect, and you watch in your circles around you, you checking for traps, making sure that, you continuously do the will and just be righteous, be smart, be prudent, and don't get involved in this kind of thing. Because most of this stuff is, it's a setup, it's a trap anyway, but some people will understand. A lot of these people are using emotion, and this is not an emotional time. This is pure logic, And see, that this scene right here almost look like Selma, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like Martin Luther King, they marching down a bridge, and doing this protest, but like I mentioned before, we've always protested. We've always, going all the way back to Martin Luther King and all these other people and Cesar Chavez and, certain situations, and it's never done anything for the people. Nothing, It's never done anything, Let's see. Deuteronomy 4:37. And because he loved thy fathers, therefore he chose their seed after them and brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt. And that's the whole mission. That's the duty right now. And those who will be taken out of here are the people who continuously do the will and continuously stay focused into the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And be brought out of Egypt, brought out of this place. You know what I'm saying? And these people right here, they're in this is a catch-22, man. These dudes, they not thinking with logic, wisdom, And it's a sad occasion, really a sad occasion, to see these people go through this and to walk through this, this guy right here, you know what I'm saying? And he knows exactly what he's doing. He's really mocking the people. He's holding a Bible in his hand. He's mocking the people. Sad. Salakia. Let's pause it on this commercial. All right. Let's continue. Finish narrating this thing. And like I saying, it's a sad case. Look at that black genocide. But those are the curses, and they don't even understand, and that looked like an Edomite holding it up. Black genocide, 1619, and it goes way beyond that. Way beyond that. Right? She's not in the know. And let's go to Amos 3:3. 3:3. And look at this false prophet, and she's a woman. Let's go to Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Let's repeat that. Can two walk together except they be agreed? You understand what I'm saying? And that goes for these wicked jakes, these wicked 2/3 who seem to have the spirit of Satan on them out there committing acts of crime and violence. And, you even got some Edomites out there along with them, because we've seen, people have caught people on camera committing these type of heinous acts, busting out windows, spray painting Black Lives Matter on it, and you're not so-called black. You so-called white and Edomite, but you say you're helping. You saying you're doing the will of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, it's all bad, man. It's all bad. You will desire to leave out a city and cannot. They get ready to shut this place down because you're gonna curfew is in effect. for DC and New York, and this is Jacob's trouble, and this is just the beginning. It really hasn't gotten into real violence yet, and real bloodshed, but it has been some, you know. And right now the enemy is tripping over themselves, so they gonna try to do this thing 100 miles an hour, full speed ahead, But they sloppily doing it, but that's not gonna stop prophecy from being fulfilled, no matter how it looks. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing we expect. A lot of people expect it to kind of. That's what I was meditating on. A lot of people expect things to kind of be in some type of like play by play, and it is technically to a certain extent, but it's coming the way it's gonna come, and that's the genius of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. It just sometimes it just seems like it's another day, or it just seems like something out of the ordinary, but it's all lines up with prophecy. Everything is just lined up how it should be. You know, that's all. That was just a quick, you know, a quick take on this. I wanted to play by play. I kind of want to narrate this thing. You know, um, you know, that's just the way it is, man. And Lord's will, this thing gets over and done with, and they turn this thing on up. You know what I'm saying? And Lord's will, Abba Haratazah, he keeps a hedge over his hopeful elect and the families of the hopeful elect. You understand what I'm saying? I like to say shalom, and double honors to my elders and apostles who speak the truth in sincerity, who will. And I like to say peace and salutations to the Akim spread abroad, and blessings to the sisters, the Aquas listening and learning, sisters loyal to the soil. Shalom, Israel. Kwam Yasharala.